It has been a great day of softball so far. We are approaching game 5 of 6 here on what's been a very busy weekend. 12 broadcasts heading into broadcast 11. Thanks so much for tuning in. We are here from Yavapai College in Prescott, Arizona, alongside Brian Georgeous. I'm Jordan Ham, and we have two really good squads going head-to-head. Team Georgeous against the Little Saints, Team Gill. And these are two teams that certainly can get it done in the batter's box. And right now we have Alana Rogers getting warm for Team Georgeous.
Tuned in for the Northern Arizona League. I want to thank all of you who tuned in for the Northern Arizona League. Hello? Check, check, check. You guys hear Brian?
Right now we have A1, Alana Rogers getting set. Lefty middle infielder starting things off in the circle. Once again, Jordan Ham, Brian Georgeous here on the call. Lil Saints against Team Georgeous. Kylie Mesmer stepping in to the plate. She will be the starting pitcher for this one.
I already love the matchup right away. Pitcher on pitcher right here. Kylie Mesmer, she's a fantastic competitor against another awesome competitor in Alana Rogers out there.
We saw what she could do yesterday. Helped her own cause when she was pitching. Not that she needed much help. Swing and a miss there.
Alana comes out quickly, establishing that drop curve, hammering the outside part of the plate. Much like Kylie, and Kylie should recognize this. She is a spin pitcher, not classifying her as not having power. She's got some good speed, about 57, 58 miles an hour, but that's what she does so well. The bottom just drops out of that ball.
Forces the swing and a miss. Nice job by Hilt to knock that down and fired it over to first.
Yeah, when we're in batting practice, we see so many swings and misses against our own teammates. It drives them nuts, and I call that pitch a question mark. Just what was that? That's what they say every single time. Are you kidding, Alana?
Ivana Bustamante coming to the plate.
Well, we saw her hit a bomb the other night.
Oh, my gosh. I don't think it's landed yet. She grounds that one back to Rogers. Easy work for her over to first.
Oh, that's another nice thing about having Alana Rogers in the circle. She's a left-handed middle infielder. She's a fantastic outfielder. She's put on the gear for her high school team, and she's caught. But she's what you would call, I don't want to call her a super utility. She is a lockdown middle infielder, even as a left-hander. So we have a really strong middle infield there with her in the circle.
Now Bailey French, another player who went yard in that game.
Yeah, what a pleasure. Look at that smile on her face over there. It was so much fun to talk with her up here in the broadcast booth. Just that same smile, we got about 2 or 3 minutes of that, and just a genuine, wonderful person. Talked to her after the game about some of the literature we had on these players coming into the game, and we said, "What's your favorite part about softball?" And one of her answers was hitting, and she is a hitter.
I wonder why. Yeah. She grounds that one. Foul ball. Lauren Werning was right on top of that one.
And you see it right there, free swinging early in the count. I mean, now she's in a 2-strike situation, but having watched her in about 5 or 6 at-bats now, I don't see her taking a quote-unquote 2-strike approach. She's the same every single time she's up there. So she's she's looking to identify a pitch and just hammer it.
So that one skips in.
And my hat's off to a hitter like that. I mean, if you have that kind of timing and rhythm and tempo and you can keep your hands back, you're not looking for a certain type of pitch, just simply up there, just swinging the same way from the start to the end of the at-bat, hats off.
Grounds that one off of Rogers' glove. But they're able to make the play, get it over to first base for the final out. So the 1-4-3, little unorthodox, but gets the job done for the final out.
Yeah, Atlanta was part of another unorthodox play earlier in the day, a line drive off of our pitcher's glove that caromed into Atlanta's glove over at second base. So,
always seems to be in the right spot at the right time.
You know, and we've said this a few times over the course of our broadcast this weekend, she is everywhere.
So we are headed to the second inning, or bottom of the first, I should say. First look this game for Team Georgeous, and all they have done is hit, and hit some more.
Test.
So an impressive showing by Team Georgeous, especially in the batter's box. And we will see Kylie Mesmer in the circle for the Lil Saints. And we watched her, as Brian, I think, very accurately described it, as throwing a frisbee. Ball seems to glide just about everywhere. As we are just getting set here, bottom of the first again. Game number 11 on the weekend, game 5 of 6 in this day. And coming to the plate is Atlanta Rogers. So both teams go in lead off with their pitchers. Mesmer fires in just a touch high.
Yeah, the thing we like about Atlanta in this spot, as a leadoff, she uses the entire field. She's a very selfless hitter.
She skies that one. Good communication there by the outfielders. Megan Urakawa came away with that one.
I think more often than not, you're going to get a line drive or a ground ball from Atlanta, but right there, I think Kylie, you're seeing that spin, that up spin on that pitch, and just gets it up underneath her hands, induces a high pop out to center field. A little can of corn out there for the center fielder in Urakawa.
Kaylin Koch coming to the plate. Stanford commit, prep ball at Saguaro High School. Got a 485 batting average, and that matches the GPA as well, as she puts one deep into left center. That's going to fall, and she's going to take second easily with a double.
Oh, she makes it look easy, doesn't she, Jordan?
Yes, she does.
A couple games ago, she got a pitch outside. It was off the end of the bat, it looked like to me. Went opposite field with it. And much like that one right there, but she put another 15, 20 feet on the one I'm talking about earlier and hit it out of the park. She's one that's found the other side of the fence about 3 or 4 times for us so far this weekend.
Leela Allen right up the middle continues her hot weekend as well, as Koch's going to come around to score easily, and an RBI single. All Leela Allen does is hit.
Yeah, you know what I appreciate about working with you, Jordan? You're paying attention. We worked together last weekend in our test pilot for the NAS, for the Northern Arizona League here. And you catch all the details. And Leela Allen, it sounds like you've become a fan. I certainly am.
Just a touch, yeah. Caitlin Loddick coming to the plate.
Leela cooled off a little bit. She's got 3 home runs on the weekend, 11 RBIs, 10 runs scored.
That's a little behind pace from what I saw in the morning session.
And here's another one that's got some cartoonish stats on the weekend. 5 home runs for Caitlin Loddick, 10 RBIs, 8 runs scored. She's drawn 3 walks. It's just been so much fun watching these girls swing the bat this weekend.
So that pitch is high.
You know, they've seen Kai a couple times. They got to see her a little bit yesterday. So there is some familiarity there, and this is where that cat and mouse game takes place with the pitcher. If they're not going to go for that up pitch, she's going to have to look to attack a different part of the zone, and that's what these hitters are looking for. And there it is, sure enough.
Hard hit ball in the stolen base.
That ball's going to get to the fence.
Allen's going to come around to score. Loddick's going to take third. I don't know if that was a hit and run by design or Allen was just taking second base on the stolen base, but that forced Cheyenne Becker to shift just a little bit. That would have been a hard hit ball right at her. Not sure if she would have been able to handle it regardless, but that shifted it just enough.
I think we'll see on the replay right here. We'll see on the replay. I think she should have kept her feet moving. She takes one more step over. She can feel that the middle of her body. It looks like she kind of stabbed at it. And my expectation would be that coach is talking about that a little bit, saying, hey, put your chest over the ball right there. At least kill it. Keep it in the infield to keep the run from scoring. And, not down on his player. He's a great coach over there, Marco Skill. Little pep talk right there, and I have no doubt that young lady, she'll be ready to go on this next play.
Macy Hilt coming to the plate now. Team Georgeous already with a 2-0 lead, a runner on third.
Well, Kai should do good with this up pitch here unless Macy, she likes the high pitch. Macy, we call her Hammer right here. I got a note in from one of the coaches, from one of my players out here saying she can't be rolling over on balls. He wants her to go yard every at-bat. So do I, but there you go, Coach. No, came off of it. There's your runner tagging.
That will be a sacrifice fly. That looked pretty good off the bat. Elise Enriquez is the one that came away with the catch there. But she has a productive out.
Yep. Yeah, it's Macy Hilt for you right there. She hits for power, hits for average. Just a 20-22 catcher, about 5'9", almost 5'10" frame on her, about a 1.7 pop. A great kid, like just an awesome human being. Her teammates love being around her. She keeps everything loose. I don't know. I'm going to be cheesy and very biased in talking about some of these student athletes. That's why I'm only going to be here for a little bit, and then I'm going to hand it over to Coach Welsh with ACU so she can give you the straight facts and the unbiased, the unbiased color on this game.
You guys both bring a good perspective, though. You give some inside information, and Coach obviously brings the coach's approach.
Yeah, no doubt. It's been great having her join us this weekend. Had to twist her arm a little bit to get her up here. Once she got up the hill, she doesn't want to go back down the hill now, though, except that she wants to be with her beautiful family. So
that pitch is outside to A.J. Murphy and Brian, you mentioned Leela Allen. I'm a fan of A.J. Murphy, another player that's just all over the place, does a lot.
A.J. has been wearing it out for us this weekend. No.
That fly ball is a foul ball. Elise Enriquez over-committed just a little bit.
Yeah, and you're going to give a dangerous hitter another life right here. And, Kai, great attitude in the circle. I think her teammates saying, hey, relax, we're good. But you really got to get that out right there. I mean, AJ's batting over 800 on the weekend with 9 hits. 3 singles, 4 doubles, a triple, a home run, 8 RBIs, 10 runs scored. So you can't give dangerous hitters like this another chance in there. It's all right. Just got to get settled out there in the outfield. It's a long weekend. I think this is the last game for both sides.
That is a ground ball. Gets through.
You know, now you're in a tough spot right here because if you're the Little Saints and you're looking at this, you're thinking, all right, well, we've got 2 outs here. We're good. Well, your catcher's going to have to make a heck of a throw here because my guess is AJ is going to be moving. She is such a threat on the base paths, and I mean it's so fun to watch her go. I would surely hope she's going first pitch. I mean, we got a great hitter in Megan Headland up here, but let's get her to second so Megan can get that RBI.
Megan first pitch swinging. That's going to get out of play.
I don't mind that at all right there as a coach. I've told you over and over and over again, if that's your green zone right there. However, Megan's got to recognize the spin of that pitch, and she's got to see that that's on the outside part of the plate. So if you're going to attack that ball with no balls and no strikes, clean count, you got to drive that opposite field.
That one skips and hits Headland.
And Headland should hit again. It'll depend. We're in showcase rules right here, so we do have the option to send a runner out and have the hitter hit again. In this case, they're just going to go ahead and substitute the catcher.
That is Lauren Loddick going to first base, and Lauren Werning coming to the plate.
Here's another one that's had an iffy weekend. She's got 4 home runs and 11 RBIs on the weekend. This is a kid, to me, that was a can't-miss D1 prospect. I mean, her swing is effortless, and she hits for average. She hits for power. She hits 300-foot home runs. She is an elite defender over there. And, you know, I say this to Coach Edwards over, or Coach to Leah over at St. Edwards. I know she's excited about this young lady, and we're excited about her joining the Hilltoppers out in Austin, Texas. And you know, I think what was the best part of the recruitment process for Lauren was that coach really let her know very early on that this is a kid that she wanted on her team, and that's in this particular young lady's situation. That's all she needed. She needed to know that the school was going to fit her academic needs. Austin, Texas. Who wouldn't want to live in Austin, Texas? I just assume Lauren's got good taste in music, and you know,
barbecue.
I think she's gonna break every record up there.
Kathleen Georgeous coming to the plate now. Werning was hit by a pitch, virtually the same pitch. Seems just as Georgeous pops that one up.
She struggled with that all weekend long, dropping that barrel right there. It's twice with the bases loaded that she's popped up. She's going to have to make a correction and get that ball in the dirt. She's a fast kid.
So 3 runs here in the first inning for Georgeous. They'll take that 3-0 lead into the top of the second. More softball here coming up next. Alana Rogers out for her second inning of work in this game. She has a 3-0 lead for Team Georgeous to work with against the Little Saints. Game 5 of 6 on the day. I should say broadcast 5 of 6. So we've had a whole bunch of softball this weekend. A lot of really good softball.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been a beautiful weekend up here in Prescott, playing at Yavapai, home of the Rough Riders, Bill Valalay Lower Field. So this is Yavapai softball, the Yavapai softball program's home field. And City of Prescott has been very welcoming to us. The Prescott Resort home of Bucky's Casino. Housed several of us this weekend, and wow, what a cool place to stay up on the hill, overlooking the city, overlooking the field too. That was pretty neat view. I want to take. Oh, go ahead.
Cheyenne Becker coming to the plate.
Yep. I want to take a minute and thank Jimmy Thompson. With Jimmy Thompson, he's a realtor in the area. JimmyThompson.com. Again, that's JimmyThompson.com. And I can say this, and just knowing Jimmy. Give me 1 second there.
As that's strike 3.
Yep. Beautiful drop curve in on the hands. Jimmy Thompson, JIMMIE Thompson.com. Jimmy is, I was talking in our earlier broadcast about a letter that he puts out, and it's a sincere letter. If you know Jimmy, he's writing a letter to all of his friends and family members, and he happens to be a realtor. And it's not a marketing gimmick or a ploy. The man is just a great communicator and a great person. And so that's somebody that I would trust any day of the week with my housing needs, whether I was looking to sell a home or buy a home. He throws this wicked Halloween party that I've yet to get out to. Incentive to become a client right there. I've heard about it. So, Jimmy's a great guy, and him and his wife Shirley and daughter Taylor out here. Got to know them quite a bit over the years. So he's one of our early sponsors here for us. So thank you, Jimmy. We also have Mac Media Incorporated, everything Apple, everything local, with locations over in Peoria off of 83rd Ave and the 101, and Old Town Scottsdale off of East 5th Ave and Goldwater, right around 68th Street and Indian School.
Raina Gill had a single. Lindsey Jackson hits it over to Molly Dickerson, who fires it over to Lauren Werning for the second out.
And so real quick, I'm going to announce in support of the Northern Arizona League, and I'm going to preview our upcoming event, which is that's out a little bit, but it gives us some time to build up some excitement about it. I'm pumped. Our girls are pumped. We are going to have the SoCal A's join us for July 11th and 12th. There's a possibility we might have Ohana Tigers join us too, depending on number of teams, or we might split it out over 2 events. So we'll solidify those details here, but definitely we'll have Hotshots teams out here on a battle of the borders with the SoCal A's. And this Northern Arizona League is, what was a concept a few weeks ago has become a reality here, thanks to our partners and our friends over at Floodstream. And so if you're looking to support what you see out here, you like what you see in terms of, live sports and in a time and period, a weird, strange time and period where there virtually are no live sports. I know there's no live softball going on, not in this format anyways, no live baseball. We want to continue to do this, and we're going to continue to do this. So we need your help. A couple ways you can contribute. We have a 50-50 raffle going on. We're going to announce the winner in 1 hour. So that's roughly 7:30. That's at Brian, BRIAN, hyphen Georgeous, GEORGES, on Venmo if you want to join in. Again, it's at Brian, BRIAN, hyphen GEORGES. If you want to buy tickets, $1 for a ticket, $5 for 7, $10 for an arm's length, and $20 for 6 foot grab of those raffle tickets. And we got a decent pot going. I think it's like roughly $600 out there, so not bad for our maiden voyage here, so to speak. I know our viewership has been more than double what we had last week, and I think when we get the final numbers in, I expect that to be probably more than triple. But again, if you want to make a donation, if you want to buy some raffle tickets, or you feel like advertising with us in support of the league, you can also contact me at Brian Georgeous at ArizonaHotshots.com. And that's Brian Georgeous at ArizonaHotshots.com. Or if you're a team that's interested in getting some games this summer and playing in the Northern Arizona League, we'd love to hear from you. So feel free to make a donation or follow up with me regarding some sponsorship packages that we have, which include advertising options. So sorry to bore you with all that stuff when we have such good softball going on in live softball here. And like I said earlier, I'm a little biased about this game with my Hotshots team out on the field right now. It's a Hotshots 18U Gold Georgeous team. So I'm going to step away from this headset, and I'm going to bring in somebody here who is, has been an absolute delight to have with us. That's Anna Welsh with Arizona Christian. And she's done a bang-up job on the commentary to the point where I'm pretty sure I'm retired at this point.
As Elise Enriquez puts that one, drives a run in. Sawyer Snodgrass takes second.
I heard all that clapping when I said I was retiring. So turning it over to Anna Welsh with Arizona Christian. Jordan, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure working with you this weekend. And here you go, boss.
Absolutely, buddy. It's been a blast past 2 weekends getting to do this. And we will welcome back in Coach Welsh. And good piece of hitting there to put the Lil Saints on the board. As Macy Hilt keeps that in front of her, but the 2 runners able to advance. This is Alana Van Dern coming to the plate.
I get to come on with runners in scoring position. I love it.
You love the high leverage
Let's get this
situations.
tied. I know. Let's get this tied up right here. 2 outs. This is what us college coaches want to see. We want to see what these hitters can do in this situation, but also what the defense and the pitcher can do. Are they tight? Are they loose? Do they have command? Are they nervous? Do they attack a hop?
Van Dorn heading to Glendale. Signed with them, class of 2020, wants to study journalism. And you have Rogers in the circle.
Yeah, Van Dorn had a great game earlier when we were watching, and really impressed with her. I think Glendale's going to be pretty happy for 2 years with her.
She takes a strike there.
Love Rogers' changeup. Not afraid to throw it. Not many pitchers throw that with a runner on third. But the confidence in her catcher to block anything, but the confidence in her own pitch just to be able to throw that for a strike. There it is again.
Van Dorn able to hold back about as long as she could and foul that one off.
I'm not sure you're going to see it a third time. I would be okay if you did. But those 2 changeups are going to set up this next pitch. I mean, whatever she comes in at a higher speed is going to change the batter's timing. She did.
Goes off speed. That's in foul territory.
I love her. 3 in a row. That's the first time today. This is the 5th game. First time I saw 3 in a row, and I'm very happy.
It's been a fun little chess match with this at bat. It's 2 runners on, 2 outs. And she mixes that up, able to get that one past for the final out of the top of the second.
Well, it was good to see Rogers compete. That's what I like to see as a college coach. Somebody was going to compete there, and she allowed me to circle her name and star her name in my booklet.
Yeah, and Rogers, a softball player, also a varsity wrestler at the prep level, so multi-sport. And we've alluded a couple of times. Left-handed middle infielder, also a pitcher. Gives up a run there, but able to strand 2 more as Team Georgeous headed to the dugout.
Well, and like Brian was saying, you know, he doesn't want to say super utility. Sometimes that can have a negative connotation, but it really doesn't for her. I mean, she can play middle infield as a lefty. She could play outfield. I mean, I know she can play first. Not the tallest kid, but I'm sure she'll pick everything she could. He said she caught for her high school team. We see her pitching with a great changeup. I mean, as college coaches, we love that.
Yeah, certainly versatility, the name of the game for A1, as they call her. So we're getting ready to see this potent Georgeous offense come back to the plate. Megan McCammon coming to the plate.
And Kylie on the mound has a 4.0, which is great. As us coaches watch, not only are we looking at skill set, that's kind of what gets you in the door, but when that GPA is that high, knowing that we have that in a kid, hard worker, I mean, that means a lot to us.
First pitch to McCammon is outside for a ball. Plays her prep ball at Highland, graduated class of 2020, headed to Dominican University. 407 batting average with the Hawks. She skies that one deep to left center. They're continuing to drift. That's going to get out of here. Megan McCammon showing the pop as they extend their lead 4-1. More big power for Team Georgeous.
That was a bomb. Not her first either. And what's crazy is I don't even think she got the whole ball. I think she still missed it. She got a hair underneath it. But with her power, she got enough of that ball. She stayed through it and extended well. That's her 3rd home run on the weekend. And again, I hate to say this. I don't know if, her dad's going to be mad, but I don't even think she got it all,
No, and I think she would be the first to admit, because I've seen a couple that she's been able to completely square up.
2/3 of the way off that pole out there in left center.
And here, just so everybody knows at home, we're playing on a 210 field with about 20 in center. There's not a sign, but we're looking at 220 with a 6-foot fence. So it's not a small field, not a small fence. These are legit hits. I mean, that was a great swing with power, great extension. And she like I said, she didn't even get it all. So when she gets it all, I hear she hits those street poles.
Molly Dickerson coming up, the Harvard commit, so she's a real slouch in the classroom as well. Plays 3rd base here for Team Georgeous.
Well, and like I was saying, in the classroom, it tells us about a kid. It tells us their work ethic, that they care. Like you said, they're no slouch. We don't have to worry about them. And so when working, there's
another deep one to center field, but Urakawa able to settle under that one for the first out.
But what people need to realize is that's gone on 40% of the fields in this country. 40% of fields, that's gone. And then another 40, it's routine. And then the other, whatever percentage, I'm still in quarantine, is a double. Oh, she hit that ball like 218. And it's an F8.
Yeah, not every field is created equal. As Victoria Salazar coming to the plate, starting at 2nd base. Also pitches. She jumped all over that one, but it's foul.
That ball was coming right at her. I don't think it would have hit her, but it was definitely going to be tight. And I think instead of her getting out of the way, she just wanted to crush it.
And just barely got a piece of that one. And you're seeing Kylie Mesmer, the frisbee that we've seen so many times, where on the previous pitch she able to foul that one off and then really just mix it up.
And I can attest to that. So I'm sitting directly behind home plate, 2nd story. So I'm able to see her spin. I'm able to see movement. She does have very tight spin and with movement, but I'm really impressed with the spin.
Another one that was on the inside corner that Salazar jumps all over, but well out of play.
I could see that ball jump up and in from my angle. Sometimes it's hard to tell on the broadcast, so I will let you know.
Mesmer has her sign, and the pitch goes outside, and Salazar able to still draw contact.
That's what I love about Mesmer. I mean, she was able to go in, up and in, and then she went out. So she has good command of her pitches. She's confident. Just the control is impressive. And she's really keeping the batters on their toes. I mean, she's setting up each pitch well. And I think she's going to get a miss hit here just because of her sequencing.
Mesmer goes inside again. This time, Salazar not able to connect. And a crafty strikeout there by Kylie Mesmer.
And that almost looks like, I wouldn't say that's a straight rise ball because it's moving in as well. It's almost a scurve, I guess, a curve ball, with some rise. But she spins it tight. I can see each spin from up here.
A1, Alana Rogers coming to the plate now.
Gives her a chance to help her team out, help her cause. Always like to see pitchers get that opportunity.
She drives one. That's just going to get inside the foul line, and she's already thinking 3. She's going to, looks like it might have gotten out of play, so they're going to give her a ground roll double there.
That's a triple in every field in this country. Looks like it may have gotten under a fence a little bit. From my angle, I could see the ball the whole time, so I'm not sure it actually got under. Right fielder put her hands up, then played it. If I was the opposing coach, I would argue that she played it, and I'd have my runners keep going. I'd make them put them back, but I guess it's showcase. It's fine. But for viewers at home, it was legit triple. So I know she's standing on 2, but I think in Game Changer, I'm comfortable if you put a triple in.
And whether that really went through or not, crafty job by Raina Gill right away to throw her hands up.
I'll give her that. You know what? Good heads-up play.
Growing up playing baseball, my dad always said, if you're going to do something, sell it.
Sell it.
But now Kaylin Koch coming to the plate.
Kaylin Koch has been one of my favorite players to watch today. Her discipline at the plate, she's not afraid to take pitches. She knows what she wants. She's never caught off guard. She has extreme power, which is awesome.
She puts that one to center field, but Urakawa able to come away with it for the final out. So Team Georgeous adds 1 run. They lead 4-1 as we are heading to the 3rd inning as Team Georgeous Little Saints. This is a fun one. Has continued to be a fun one here throughout the entire weekend. Team Georgeous against the Little Saints here in Game 5 of 6. Right now, Team Georgeous leading 4-1. Alana Rogers back out in the circle. Thanks so much for tuning in to this high school softball showcase. I'm Jordan Ham alongside Anna Welsh, head coach of the ACU Firestorm. And Coach, we've seen some impressive performances by Team Georgeous so far this weekend. They are continuing with a hot start here as they lead 4-1.
They've definitely impressed me offensively. I'm going to leave here knowing just how potent they are as an offense. I'm really impressed with their leadoff, their number 2, and then the power, and then behind it, and the running, and so definitely something to keep your eye on. I mean, their whole team, they're well coached. They have a good culture. You can just tell they feed off of each other. You know, even if the score is 0-0, they just come out almost like they're winning. Their confidence is strong. Their body language is great. It's a super impressive all-around team. A lot of depth.
Megan Urakawa at the plate right now over at Hamilton High School, class of 2021. 4.2 GPA, interested in pursuing a career in pre-med, or studying pre-med. As Rogers goes off speed, freezes her for strike number 3.
I love that changeup. I love that she throws it in all counts, that she'll throw it back to back. It's hard to hit that. Ask every hitter, what do they hate hitting? They hate hitting changeups. They hate hitting up and in. They hate rise balls. So therefore, throw that.
Mm-hmm. And that's something Rogers has done, as has the hitter coming to the plate, Kylie Mesmer, the opposing pitcher. She's a Biola signee, plays her prep ball at Sunrise Mountain. 1.25 ERA. Last year she was on a team that went 18-1. Mesmer takes the ball there.
It's just great to see these pitchers contribute offensively as well. In this game, both pitchers are the leadoff for their team. What does that tell you? These coaches aren't going to put anybody at leadoff. That says a lot.
Shows bunt, swings through it, though.
I love that Mesmer can play second. She can play outfield. I'm sure if we had to convert her into a first baseman, she'd be just fine, too.
Swings through that one.
She's a 4.0 as well, 27 ACT. I mean, how great is that? What if a coach, really needs her but doesn't have a ton of money? They're helping her out by all the academic money. I mean, that's so marketable.
And that, I feel like that's been the theme for this entire weekend. As change up, hard hit ball over to Molly Dickerson. Dickerson not able to complete it in time. That was a good piece of hitting there by Mesmer, staying back on that off speed.
Yeah, and that was a good at bat. She battled. She hit the ball hard, right at the third baseman, made a tough play. Let's check this play out at first.
Bang bang play.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. You're gonna have parents mad either way, but when you watch the replay, it's still hard to tell.
Dickerson recovered nicely to make it a play. Now Bustamante coming to the plate.
I've enjoyed watching Bustamante. I really like her swing. She gets her hacks in. She's athletic. I like watching her in the field. If she can keep her hands inside of a ball, she's going to be ridiculous.
Hard ground ball to Lauren Werning. Werning able to get the lead out, and they throw back for the double play. The old 3-6-4 double play to end the inning. Great defense there by Team Georgeous.
That was awesome. Little Saints had momentum, but Team Georgeous just took every bit of momentum that was possible. That was a huge defensive momentum shift right there.
Especially for Bustamante, who, as you said, if she can get her hands inside the ball, she's going to make a big impact. We saw that in games previously. But Brian Georgeous said Lauren Werning was an elite defender, and she just showed that off. Not taking the easy play, getting the lead runner out, and they were able to turn it.
And that was what was really big about that is she knew her runners. She could go two, and if you notice, that play at second was bang bang. I actually think if he would have called her safe, I couldn't have been mad. And then they still got the runner at one. So in a way, knowing your batter runner, you can kind of go ahead and go to two, knowing that, hey, if for some reason we don't get her, we still can get her at one. And that doesn't happen very often, so I just like their awareness. I like that they went for the lead runner. And they really secured their lead here because that really could have been a difference of a big inning or not.
Yeah, that really could have gotten going. As you said, they had quite a bit of momentum, so they take a 4-1 lead here to the bottom of the third inning. Leela Allen going to lead things off here. Single and an RBI in her first at bat. And now it's a quick turnaround for Kylie Mesmer. Had a hit running the bases, now back inside the circle.
And that's good for us college coaches to see, too. How does she respond that quickly? There really wasn't a lot of downtime, no time to sulk. So let's go. Do you want the ball? Here we go. So I'm interested to see how she just attacks this first hitter. Is she a little off? Is she a little winded? Or is she just so focused and so zoomed in that she's ready to go? So we'll kind of see that on this first pitch here.
And you can see Team Georgeous kind of talking about probably that previous double play they were able to turn. Now Allen coming to the plate. First pitch swinging, sneaks that inside first base for a base hit. So Leela Allen continues her hot weekend.
I don't remember her getting out.
I think the games I've called so far, I don't know if she got out either.
Well, it was just she turned on an inside pitch. She hit it where it was pitched. She took advantage of that and got a single out of it. I mean, just impressive hitting right there by Team George's.
She's committed to Seton Hall. As Caitlin Loddick, first pitch swinging, swings through that one.
Not sure I've seen that either. The swing and miss from her. This is just a great kid who sees the ball so well. She rarely misses the whole ball. Very few miss hits, and she hits the ball so hard.
Firm in commit. She takes a ball there, 4.25 GPA, 382 average for O'Connor.
What I like about her is that she uses her whole body when she hits, and she has great extension. She's not the biggest kid out here, or even the strongest, Man, she hits almost the furthest. I mean, she uses everything she has with great extension and, like I said earlier, great hand-eye coordination. She rarely misses. That first pitch was kind of maybe it was a trick play. Maybe it was like a decoy for a stolen base or something. I don't know, but I think you're going to see great contact right here.
Pitch from Mesmer, and that is good contact to right center. Coach might know a thing or two about softball. 600 career wins as Loddick comes into second. Allen trying to take home. She's going to sneak in and score a run. Aggressive base running by Coach Georgeous. Team Georgeous, Coach Allen, excuse me. Brian Georgeous.
Coach Welsh. That was Coach Welsh.
Coach Georgeous putting his feet up here in the press box.
See? That's a home run again in 40% of fields. She saw the ball well. She rarely miss hits. Again, if we get to interview her, I almost want to ask her about that very first pitch, whether maybe she has a bet with somebody that I can hit with closing my eyes, and maybe she closed her eyes and did the whole Michael Jordan free throw, and that's what that was. It's all it could be.
All I know is the middle of this lineup is pretty darn locked in right now.
It's so fun to watch.
Yeah.
And fun to coach.
Macy Hilt coming to the plate now. Catcher 2022. Hard hit.
Oh, look at that. Little fake. I like that.
Fake the back pick there.
That's
Hilt
good.
had a deep fly out in her first at bat to left field.
I think it's good as the catcher. She did a fake to second. She didn't want to get burned on the delay steal by throwing behind a runner. Some runners really try to draw that throw behind and take it, and the catcher was aware of that. That was a good heads-up play.
Hilt takes the ball there. Prep ball at Liberty also plays basketball. And, Coach, how do you...
Love it. I love it.
The multi-sport.
Yes, I know what you're going to say. It shows us versatility, athleticism. You have to learn how to win in multiple sports. You learn strategy. It's using different muscles, but a lot of the same athletic movements. I love it. I think a lot of college coaches do. I think too many kids are specializing too early. We want your body to just be ready for anything. So I love it. I love it. I played 2 sports in college, so it's pretty important to me too for a well-rounded kid. So the more sports, the better. They're going to peak when they need to peak. Some kids may be peaking too early because they're specializing, and you can have overuse injuries if you're specializing. Okay.
3-2 count. And that is a deep fly ball, but foul. And what about the mental side of a multi-sport athlete, just getting away from certain sports at a time?
Well, I think that's what really helps the burnout. So I'm a Midwest kid. So we had this thing called winter, and there's snow, okay? So we couldn't
It's not
play.
pronounced winter?
So we couldn't play softball for a long part of the year anyway. So that's when you get to go play your other sports and do other things. So our body was able to recover from the movements we did in the fall. And so I think it helped our body.
Hilt skies that one to left field. Elise Enriquez able to make the catch. Loddick thought about tagging, but then considered otherwise.
You want to be careful tagging on that play. When you're a runner on second, a ball to left field, the left fielder was at the warning track on this hitter. Made sense, right? That was a shallow ball. She really could have dropped it or not got to it. You kind of want to be off. You don't want to be in a tagging position there.
Anne-Marie Murphy, AJ, as they call her, coming to the plate now. Big swing there. Swung through it, though.
I'm okay with that. She's a great player. You heard Brian give the stats earlier. They almost sounded fake,
Video game numbers.
But they were accurate.
She pops that one up. That's out of play.
I think she's very happy that went out of play. She wants that one back. She definitely didn't get all that ball. She's ready to adjust and make them pay for this next one.
Murphy, another player, multi-sport, plays soccer. Apparently quite the goalie, according to Coach Georgeous. Mesmer gets her sign. Goes inside, and Murphy almost able to straighten that one out down the line, just foul.
I love going in on her after she fouled the one back. That's a good pitch. And I love that she plays soccer. As coaches, I'm telling you, it's just, it can't hurt. It's so good. It also helps with teamwork. And like I said earlier, strategy. And it puts you in situations where maybe you're down in a game or you're tied. And we really want people dealing with those situations as often as possible.
Outside pitch, and that actually kicks off of Caitlin Loddick. She tried to screen, but screened a little too well there. So Loddick is knocked out.
She's too good of a player for that to happen. She's a very good player. She's better than that. She knows it. You know what? If that happens so that she never does that again, I am okay with it, but that can't ever happen again.
And coach is going to coach after that play. Coach Welsh stepped up. We are not in a big press box, but she was pacing.
I did get out of my chair.
As Murphy trying to take second base, nobody there. And she's going to try to take third now. Urakawa's throw,
I love that.
Not in time. Aggressive base running by A.J. Murphy to go from first to third in just one pitch.
And I'm out of my chair again, and this time for good. So base running is such a crucial part of our sport that is neglected. That base running right there was very impressive. I love that AJ took third. She really had it pretty easily. She's putting pressure on the defense to make a great play. And you even saw they made a good throw, and she was safe. And AJ, I'm standing up clapping for you. That's a great job.
So heads up play. We've heard all weekend about her ability to play multiple positions, takes advantage on the base path. She did exactly that.
Well, and I love Team George's just sending her on that. You're putting pressure on the defense. You know, the catcher has to have a good transfer. Shortstop's got to get there. And if you noticed on that play, the shortstop didn't get there. Everybody thinks, well, this catcher's got such a good arm. Yeah, this catcher does. But there's so many more factors than just a catcher having a good arm. You know, what if it's on a changeup? What if the pitcher, doesn't throw super hard? What if the shortstop doesn't get there? What if the second baseman's covering? What if? So there's so many parts of this game, which is why I love it. It's not just black and white. Hey, catcher's got a good arm, never run on her. I love it. AJ ran, and she got third. So now we've got a runner at third base.
Lauren Loddick to the plate now. And Team Gill had a congregation inside the circle. They're getting reset a little bit. Mesmer threw a warm-up pitch. Now Lauren, class of 2021, has played whole lot of outfield this weekend. She's over at O'Connor as well.
And Lauren's uncommitted. You know, she's ready to find that right fit.
Shows bunt, fouled straight back.
Yeah, we saw Coach Gill coming off the mound talking to his team. I was able to talk to him in between games, and just a lot of great insight for his team. I really like how aggressive he has his girls on the bases. I think he does a really good job with them.
Mesmer has her sign and delivers. Big swing from Loddick. And that is the final strike, the final out of the third inning. But Team Georgeous able to add another run. They lead 5-1 here as we head to the top of the fourth.
If you watch this pitch, it's an up and out. It's a rise ball, but she has a lot of curveball spin on it. But it does move. I can see it jump from up here, and it got Lauren there. But it's good. Mesmer's been going with that pitch, and it's been working. It's one of her strengths. But the spin is real. I can definitely attest to that.
Team Georgeous here with a 4-run lead. We're going to take a quick break and head to the fourth inning. Team Georgeous with the 5-1 lead over the Little Saints as we head to the fourth inning. Thanks so much for tuning in alongside ACU head coach Anna Welsh. I am Jordan Ham. Been a great weekend of softball so far.
Rogers has been throwing a great game. I enjoy watching her, so I'm kind of glad she's back out there. Wasn't sure if they were going to just change pitchers at being a showcase, if they were going to give somebody else a look, but I just love how she's a little bit smaller, but she uses everything she has. She pushes off that mound, trusts her changeup, and she gets outs. And her team has gotten her enough run support to make her life easy. There's that changeup, and even though that was a ball, you could see that the hitter Almost at a check swing. Oh, they're even appealing the check swing. Umpire's not paying attention, so it's a no. She did not go. But you could tell she was off balance. She thought it was going to come in harder, so it got her off balance. So now this pitch, I think Rogers either going to go change up again because she likes that, or if she goes with something hard, the batter's timing's going to be off.
Big swing there from Bailey French. Rogers plays her prep ball at Willow Canyon, 4.3 GPA.
4.3.
4.3.
On a 4. These kids, let's tip our caps to these student athletes. You deserve my cap tip every day.
Swing and a miss. Macy Hilt able to knock that one down and fire it over to first for the first out of the top of the fourth.
The catcher and the first baseman did a very good job on that. They were very in sync. The ball was in the dirt. They both got into the baseline, so that way the batter runner was not in their way on the throw. That's very important, and they both did a great job on that. It's as if they've practiced that.
Credit Coach Georgeous there. Cheyenne Becker coming to the plate. In her first at-bat, she struck out looking.
I believe on a changeup.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is again.
She brings back the changeup, just pulls the string on that one for strike number 1.
And that's tough. You know what? There's a lot of people in the stands going, well, why don't you hit it? You know it's coming. It is one thing to know it's coming. It's another thing to know it's coming and hit it. It sounds easy, but it's hard.
That's a ball. Becker committed to Judson University.
Judson University, a little bit north of Chicago. She's going to enjoy the snow. She might have to buy a winter jacket. Another changeup
there and falls right in. Becker plays at Perry High School. Started 2020 hitting 14 for 31 before the season was cut short. They go back with the fastball fouled away.
We've got Coach Allen for the Hotshots. He's calling the pitches from the dugout, and he's doing a great job. I really like his sequencing. I like how he sets up batters. What I'm hoping is that Elena and her catcher, they don't just call the numbers just because they're called, but they are really understanding his sequencing because they can learn a lot from him. Just the sequence he's throwing and the amount of times the changeup's coming, and he's not afraid to throw it back to back. So if they can continue to learn from his pitch calling, it's only going to make them better in the future as well.
Rogers goes with that changeup again, just a touch low. And Becker doing a nice job working the count here.
Yeah, she's been disciplined. You can tell she doesn't want to hit the changeup, so she's done a good job laying off of it.
Gets a pitch inside. She skies that one. I honestly didn't think that was going to get inside, but it did get inside fair territory, and a solo shot. She brought the hands in nicely. Get that one over the fence.
Yeah, I'd say that ball went 215, maybe 220 at the most. But she crushed that ball. And like I said, she did a great job laying off the change. And look she got her pitch. She turned on it. She hit it where it was pitched, a little bit inside, and she took advantage of the speed. That's impressive hitting right there. I like her discipline, especially because of her last at-bat. She struck out looking. She was not going to make that same mistake twice.
Yeah, off the bat, that looked like it was starting to trend foul, but it stayed just inside the foul pole. So solo shot for the Judson commit. Now it is 5-2, and Raina Gill, who has scored the other run for the Little Saints, coming to the plate. And there's Rogers going back with that changeup.
That's the thing. You can know it's coming, but hitting it's another thing. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen any little drag bunts on the changeup. Maybe just trying that in order to get on, trying something different.
Hard hit ball to the second baseman. Salazar able to nab that one and throw it over to first for the second out. Nice job by her to go backhand and get it over to Werning.
Yeah, that was a well-hit ball, especially after a changeup. I was impressed with that hitter's timing. Usually a changeup will mix you up a little bit, but she really hit that ball well. She just happened to hit it, right at the second baseman.
And this time of day, sometimes it can get a little funky with the shadows. Salazar, in one of the few spots in the infield that's in the sun, did a nice job reacting to that. Now Lindsey Jackson coming to the plate, and she just makes a connection into center field, able to get it through for a single.
And that was a changeup, but we've got to still tip our cap to Rogers because that wasn't a hard hit. Sometimes you're going to get missed hits off changeup. So I'm glad that she's not afraid to throw it and that Coach Allen's not afraid to keep calling it. He's definitely keeping everybody off balance.
Sawyer Snodgrass coming to the plate. As we're going to swap out a runner here, as Jackson is the catcher for the Little Saints.
The Little Saints earlier, they stole almost every opportunity that they got. So I would not be surprised if Coach Gill sends this pinch runner with 2 outs to get 1 runner in scoring position. And there we have it.
They do exactly that. Spoken like a true coach.
That's why I get paid the big bucks. See, what that does, it allows for the runner now to score on just routine singles to the outfield where she couldn't have from first. She can also score on bobbles. She can score maybe on an overthrow where she wouldn't have if she stayed at first. So I knew Coach Gill was going to be pretty aggressive.
Rogers goes back to that changeup on the outside corner for a strike.
And it's not always about scoring tons of runs. If they can score this run here, puts them within 2, 1 run at a time is not, not a bad philosophy.
Pitch in the dirt, and just as you said now, pinch runner able to take third just 60 feet away.
And there's actually 7 ways that a runner can score from third that they couldn't score from second. And so this runner is now that much closer. So it could be just a couple. It could be pass ball, wild pitch, could be infield single, those kind of things.
Snodgrass grounds that over to Werning, who's able to handle it for the final out. So the Little Saints add another run. We're pressuring for even 1 more, but Team Georgeous able to escape. They have a 5-2 lead right now.
And Team George's they're hitters. They hit well. So I don't think they're going to end this game with 5 runs. There's going to be more runs put on the board, but do not count the Little Saints out. Watching them earlier today, they scored 5 runs in just a matter of a couple of innings, just with their hitting and their base running. They caused havoc on the bases and really forced the other team to make a few errors. So 5-2 will not be our final score of this game.
And now's a chance, Coach, wanted to ask you about how your program is doing. The ACU Firestorm, you're in your 2nd year with the program. Overall, just how has it been? Obviously a offseason none of us anticipated, but overall, just how's the state of the program?
Yeah, it's like I don't even want to talk about it because we're still you're just so depressed from the season ending. But yes, 2nd year overall, 18th overall, 2nd year at ACU. And we had a little bit of a rocky start, just figuring things out. But man, we started rolling about maybe after 2 weeks in. And we were just coming off of a road trip in California, a conference road trip, and the number 1 team in conference, Vanguard, out of Costa Mesa, was number 7 in the country, and we swept them. Then the next day we split with Hope. I think they were 12 at the time, and then we swept La Sierra. So we were coming off an amazing road trip, looking to get into the rankings, probably even in the teens, but the rankings didn't happen because of COVID. The season didn't happen. So it was like we knew that we were going to do major damage this year and that we were going to, have a run at nationals, but it's just cut out from underneath you. We had 10 seniors.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's not fun talking about. And I just hate it for my girls. I hate it for them. Our ace pitcher was just so determined. It was just we were gelling at the right time. We were coming together. Road trips were so fun. And so it's just tough. I've never had a March, April where I didn't coach. And so I finally did get out of my depression, and this kind of stuff's really just, I love being up here. Friday, I worked out with 2 teams in Phoenix, and it was the first time I put a visor on in 94 days, and it gave me all the energy, in the world. I got to recruit a little bit yesterday in Phoenix, and then today I get to be here. So I'm a much happier coach this weekend.
Glad to hear it. Megan Headland now at the plate, takes a strike there. Headland, one of the 2 catchers on this team, along with Macy Hilt. She grounds that one to Van Dorn, throws that over to first for the out.
That was a hard hit ball, but she didn't get it all. She just missed it. So got the top a little bit more than she'd like. I think if she could have that back and could see it a little bit better, that would have been a liner in the left center gap. But you know what? Pitchers put spin on the ball, and they make us miss hit it just a little bit. And what do we get? We get a 6-3 put out. So that's a great job, with this pitcher and her spin.
Lauren Werning now to the plate.
Lauren's been really fun to watch this weekend. Oh, a little bit outside. I've really enjoyed her. You know, she's had great at-bats. She really surprised me in one, and I know she hates me bringing this up, but she struck out looking, but it was just such an anomaly. She doesn't do that. She sees the ball well, so I know you're going to see a great at-bat right here.
Drives that one into the gap, and coach's intuition as Werning pulls into second for the double.
That's what she does. I've been watching it. I know her swing. I know what she's capable of doing. Yeah.
Werning is signed with St. Edward's. Wants to pursue a career in pharmaceuticals. .354 batting average with the Firebirds of Chaparral. 4.3 GPA. Now Kathleen Georgeous coming to the plate.
And as Brian talked about, Kathleen's been getting under the ball a little bit. You know, speed is speed. You got to put a ball on the ground to use it. Hitting the ball in the air, you can never utilize your speed. So, you know, I tell my slappers the worst thing you could do is strike out because you can't use your speed. But then the second worst thing is a ball in the air because you can't utilize your speed. For those that care, the third worst thing is hitting a ground to the right side. So let's see if she can get the ball on the ground to the left side or even put a little drag bunt down. There you go.
Yes! Puts that one in the hole.
Yes.
Nothing the shortstop Van Dorn can do.
So she puts the ball on the ground to the left side. Finally gets it out of the air. And what does she gets it on base. She helps her team. She does her job. That's a great at-bat, especially coming off of 2 pop-outs. I know she doesn't want me talking about that, but what I love is her adjustment. I want to talk about her adjustment. She has enough softball IQ, enough determination and focus to make that adjustment right there. Great job.
Also a nice play by Alana Van Dorn to keep that in the infield as Megan McCammon comes to the plate. First pitch swinging, but that's out of play.
Yeah, absolutely. She kept it in the infield, and it wasn't going to get the out at first, but what people don't realize is it kept Lauren from going to third. So many infielders need to realize it's not just about getting the out at first. It's sometimes keeping runners from scoring. It's keeping the coach in the third base batter's box not able to send a runner. So that's a great job keeping it in the infield.
0-1 for McCammon. Fouls that one back. 2 on, 1 out here for Team Georgeous.
And that foul ball is a direct reflection on our pitcher here who just spins it. That's why she's getting some miss hits here.
Kylie Mesmer in the circle. Really seen her compete all weekend. And that's a ground ball. Gonna get through. Werning making the turn, headed for home. She's gonna get in and score. Georgeous going to take third on that. McCammon moves up to second. So aggressive base running by Team Georgeous as they extend this lead.
And this is a ball that if the shortstop can knock it down, she saves a run. Not easy, not routine. So close. I mean, it was close. She may not have been able to get it, but if she's able to, it's going to save Lauren from scoring and keep it at bases loaded. Tough play. That was a great hit, great at bat.
And as we've seen by so many of these teams, just looking for every chance they can to grab that extra 60 feet in the process. And we just watched that with Georgeous taking the extra base there at third, and then McCammon putting herself in scoring position now for Molly Dickerson.
And that's the difference with us in baseball. Those 60 feet, you know, that makes all the difference in the world.
Dickerson, first pitch swinging, airs that out. Van Dorn settles under it for the second out.
And again, that's a test to the pitcher's spin. How many pop outs and foul? Like she's getting foul balls. She really does spin it well. She focuses on that spin. You can tell by her release, and you can tell where the ball ends up and what the hitters are doing. The hitters will tell you what the ball's doing with the outcome. There you go.
And there's another pop out, foul out. That was Victoria Salazar.
I'd love to see the hitters take that pitch, but that's easier said than done.
Especially with runners in scoring position. But 1 run comes in. Team Georgeous now leading 6-2 as we head to the 5th. We have a new pitcher for Team Georgeous inside the circle, Sabrina Gonzalez, going to take things over with a 6-2 lead. And, Coach, this is someone you saw earlier pitch today. What was your first impressions?
Yeah, I watched her earlier, and I really actually like her velocity. She does a really good job with that. The one thing that happened was she started getting hit hard, and it took her probably 3 hard hits in order to throw their changeup. Now, the coach is calling pitches, so it's not just on the pitcher. But I'd love to see the pitcher have a say, the catcher have a say, the coach have more of a say. I'd love to see the changeup utilized with her speed.
First pitch swinging was Elise Enriquez. Salazar not able to handle that one, so leadoff hitter on.
And that's a ball she'll catch 99 out of 100 times. So that was the one time she'll drop that ball. So the good thing is we'll never see that again. Just that routine little pop-up. I think she was just going back, probably thinking about her footing, and just didn't come up with it. But what you'll see with Sabrina, like I said, her velocity is pretty good. Right there, you could see it. The hitter just didn't get it all. But earlier in the game, she was throwing so hard that hitters were sending it out. The harder it comes in, the harder it goes out. So I think adding that changeup anytime you have any kind of velocity, but especially high velocity, it's going to be crucial.
Nice pitch there by Gonzalez, the Franklin Pierce commit. 2019 All-Region first team for Hamilton High School. Career goal, wants to be an FBI agent.
She might be going on this pitch, if not this one soon. There's the changeup too that I like. Coach Gill has been super aggressive. I love how he gets this team going. And as a college coach, we love that too, because we can always slow a girl down, but we can't take a girl that doesn't run and get her running. So we'd rather have an aggressive kid that we can kind of slow down or teach differently versus making a kid go, go, go.
Another fastball there on the outside to Alana Van Dorn, swing and a miss.
I know he likes to run. There's no out, so it's a little risky to run here. But being down 4 in the top of the 5th, you do need to manufacture some runs somehow.
Off speed, that's a fly ball. Megan McCammon coming in, makes the catch.
So Gonzalez has gotten 2 pop-outs. Now one landed, because of an error, but that's great pitching. When you can mix up pitches to get 2 pop-outs, us coaches are so happy. We love pop-outs. I mean, as a defense.
Yes, of course. Of course. Always 2 sides to that coin.
Yes.
Megan Urakawa stepping in.
I think we're going to see her run on this at-bat, runner at first.
Fouls that one off.
With a lefty hitter up, the runner at first can get a little bit bigger lead as it's harder to pick off. The catcher can't throw down as clear because there's a lefty right in the box, right in her way. So I'd like to see her get a little bit bigger lead. If not, go ahead and try to swipe 2.
Defense calling out a play here. Might be thinking Little Saints are going to be on the move, like Coach said. Urakawa shows. Enriquez does take second. As they now have a runner in scoring position.
I do like that for Coach Gill and his Little Saints. I think that's a little momentum shift right there. So right now, even though they're down 4, they've got a little bit of the momentum right here, and I like that for them. I want this game to get a little bit closer. We definitely can't have it end in a tie, or I'm going to lose it.
In on the hands, fouled away.
I think I can speak for all college coaches. For the most part, we hate showcase style because it seems like the kids don't compete just as much because there's not as much on the line. We don't see the sacrifice bunts. We don't see the squeezes. We don't see as much strategy. Now, it is good that we can, swap out pitchers. There's some positives to it. There's a changeup from Gonzalez, too. I'm so glad she's thrown that more often. I love to see that.
Urakawa continuing to work the count. Once again, 1 out, runner on second. It's Elise Enriquez. That is fouled off.
And see, that pitch right there that was her fastball, and it's coming after a changeup. And the hitter's timing was a little off, rightly so. 2 totally different speeds. And what did it do? It allowed her to, she fouled it straight back. That's what the pitcher wanted there. So now she's got her off balance, so we'll see what she comes back with.
Puts that one up the left side, but foul. Arakawa continuing to battle.
It's a very impressive battle, but you can tell she's still a little behind, and it's Gonzalez's speed, and it's the changeup that has put her behind. If I was Gonzalez here, I'm going to go something hard in and really bust her on the hands. If you leave anything too far out, she's going to maybe poke it into left field, and you're going to give up a run because of it.
Pitch here from Gonzalez.
I'm good with the changeup too.
Able to paint the corner. That was a nice job by Macy Hilt, too, to frame it for the second out here of the fifth.
I love Gonzalez's confidence in that changeup. So, coaches, she's a good one. I mean, I'm here live. I know you're seeing it on broadcast. Watch it again. Watch the confidence in this pitch. Watch this changeup. Whoa. I mean, it freezes her. It freezes everybody. I mean, luckily it didn't freeze the umpire. That was a great job by Gonzalez. I'm super impressed with that sequence, and I'm impressed with her ability to execute each pitch.
Kylie Mesmer now coming to the plate. Leadoff hitter, starting pitcher. She crushes a ball dead center over the wall. 2-run bomb for Kylie Mesmer.
The harder it comes in, the harder it goes out. That was power, pitch to power. Right now, we've got the umpire talking to Coach Gale about something. Would love to have a microphone on one of them to see what's going on. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Doesn't seem cheery.
No, it doesn't seem cheery. His girl just crushed a bomb. To be down there.
So it is a 6-4 ball game after Mesmer's 2-run home run. As we've seen, these games can turn quickly and runs can come in bunches.
So we don't know what that was about, but I love Coach Gill's passion there. Gosh, that was a nice interaction. It's good to know that I'm not the only coach that that maybe questions some things or that that fights for his players.
Now Bustamante coming to the plate. Over to Alana Rogers, over to first for the final out of the 5th inning. But the Little Saints add 2 more, making this a game, 6-4.
I love it. And Bustamante's there. I really think she's got so much more potential. She's got to work on her hands, getting them through the zone. That's the one thing I'm seeing. She's unfortunately consistently kind of bringing her hands too far out, but the potential's there. So when that light switch goes off, look out.
Once again, this is the Elite Summer Fast Pitch Series, Northern Arizona League. We're in game 11 of 12, broadcast 11 of 12. Coming up at 8:15, the Arizona Hotshots Chestnut against Arizona Hotshots Day. But right now we have Team Arizona Hotshots Georgeous against the Little Saints Gold Team Gill. So, and we have Kylie Mesmer back in the circle, continuing to work. She has been an absolute workhorse this weekend.
She just crushed a 2-run bomb. I mean, how great is that to come off of an at-bat like that, where you get to trot. You get to trot 4 bases, and you get to get the ball again. I mean, that's fun. That's why we play this game right there.
Mesmer, a Biola signee.
Yeah, they're getting a good player in her. They're getting a good 2-way player who knows the game, has very good self-awareness. I've noticed her body language has been excellent. It's what a coach would want. She does not ever lose it. You know, she really never, she's never too high, never too low. That's what you want in a pitcher. I mean, the fact that they have her lead off says a lot. The fact that she took the first pitch and just crushed it over the center field wall and maybe, a 220, 225 wall. Biola's getting a strong athlete, strong player. So kudos to them.
Alana Rogers coming to the plate. Both teams starting pitchers here battling it out. First pitch swinging, just foul.
And Alana's the leadoff here. She's not going to allow Little Saints to score a few runs and be okay with that. She's going to do what it takes to get the offense started. She's a huge catalyst for them, and you have Coke coming up behind her, which is just a serious 1-2 punch. So she is not satisfied with a 2-run lead at all.
Pitch here from Mesmer. Fouled off again. And we've talked a lot about the multi-sport athlete. What do you think wrestling can do for you on the softball field?
You know what? The discipline of that sport is crazy. The mentality behind that sport. But you know what else? It teaches you how to use your body. You understand body control. And I'm not trying to be harsh here, but females typically don't know how to use their body.
And she puts that one up the right field line for a leadoff single.
That was great. That was a great at-bat. I don't love that she swung at the second pitch. It was way out. She basically turned on an inside pitch. She also swung at an outside pitch. Hitters do not have to hit every single thing unless they have 2 strikes. So I really wish she would have laid off the second one. That's okay. She fouled it off, and then she came back and hit that. But like going back to the wrestlers, just to learn how to use your body, leverage, is going to help you in all sports.
Yeah, we see that a lot, obviously, with offensive linemen and, using that leverage to their advantage. Now we have Kaylin Koch coming to the plate, 1 for 2 in this game. Run scored, double. Also a deep fly out to center field.
She's a stud. I mean, I don't know how. I saw her get out with that deep, that laser, but I really don't see her get out. It's just crazy when she does get out. And we had her up here in the press box earlier, and we're talking to her, and you're not even going to believe this. She's a right-handed human, okay? She is
Of course she is, as Rogers takes second.
So she's right-handed. She told me at around age, 4 or 5, she taught herself not only to hit left-handed. That didn't surprise me. That happens, okay? She taught herself to throw, to throw left-handed, and she pitches as well. She taught herself to throw left-handed.
No, I can't put my head around that.
She's
she
a
puts
stud.
a deep drive to center field.
She's so good. I'm standing up and clapping. I'm standing up.
2-run bomb for Kaylin Koch.
She's so good.
The Stanford commit.
Oh, she's so good.
And as you said, Coach, a potent 1-2 punch. Both of
I
them
did
get
say
on.
that.
Both of them come around to score.
I said that. Yes, I did.
You're
See?
pretty good at this broadcast
I'm
thing.
telling you. You know what I love about Coke as well? So what I love about this sport is, as a coach, we don't require you to be 6'1", a certain build. Like if you play volleyball and you're a blocker, you got to be a certain,
Sure.
But she's not the biggest kid out here, but she's one of the strongest. Her hand-eye is one of the most impressive. She took that ball 230, and I don't think she could weigh 230 if she put 2 bars behind her and put weights on her ankles. It's just so impressive that in our sport you can really be any size and be an All-American. I mean, that kid she's special.
Leela Allen. Wow, right up the middle. Buzz the tower of Mesmer.
If you ever wonder why pitchers wear face masks, that's why.
Very hard hit ball by Allen. Like you said, haven't seen her get out yet. 3 for 3 on this game.
Mesmer's got to be able to mix speeds and spin it more. She's given up too many hard hits, 3 hard hits in a row. That's the sign right there that you're not spinning it, you're not using your legs, and you're not mixing up speeds. So would love to see an adjustment right here, but she's facing one of their best hitters and one of the best hitters in the state.
And that is Caitlin Loddick.
See?
She drives another one to deep center. She has the double. She has the triple. She now has the home run. What a game for Caitlin Loddick.
You know what, though? I'm not even surprised. She's that good. This is not even a special game or holy cow, did you see how good she played? That's her norm. Look at this ball. It's down the middle, and she takes it up the middle. Dead center, 230, 235. No question that ball was hit out. I think she sees the ball is a watermelon every time. It's effortless. I don't know. I don't think she's taking any extra, drugs to do that. I think she's clean. I'm going to say she's clean, but she's the kid that you just got to wonder, how does she do that? I'm so impressed with her. And she's clean. I know she's clean. I'm just kidding.
And this is an offense we've seen in yesterday's set of games. Brian Georgeous and I watched Team Georgeous go back to back to back to back. So this is just up and down the lineup. Plenty of power as we have a new pitcher here for the Little Saints, Sydney Rowe, coming in.
And I'll tell you, if you lined up his team you wouldn't guess that Koch and Laudick were their power hitters, But their technique is solid, and their hand-eye is so impressive. They have plate discipline and awareness better than maybe anybody that I've seen. And now, the last pitcher, Mesmer, she was doing great, but 4 hard hits in a row. I think, Coach Gill, I'm with you. You've got to make a change. We've got to see something different.
10-4, Team Georgeous leads here in the bottom of the 5th. Still no outs.
Ugh.
As Rowe from Kellis High School, 2021, 121 innings pitched, 104 strikeouts, facing Macy Hilt to lead things off.
So Rowe's a really good pitcher. We saw her pitch earlier, and she pounded the strike zone, which most people would say, that's awesome. That's a compliment, and it is. However, Steve Captain's team was just crushing the first pitch, driving the first pitch. Now, she did get outs, but I think she learned later on in the game, late innings, that you got to mix up speeds, and if teams are going to be aggressive, do not throw them strikes. Make them get themselves out. Nobody said you had to throw a first pitch strike. So dads out there listening, she doesn't have to throw a first pitch strike.
Hilt goes dead center. Urakawa not able to handle it. It gets up to the fence. Hilt looking 3, but will hold it 2.
I mean, I hope out there you're giving that a single and an error. You may not. It's showcase, I know. But we can't be okay with that. It's not okay. When a shot comes at you as an outfielder, guys, there's nobody behind you. You got to treat it like you're a catcher. Use your chest if you have to, and you got to keep that ball in front of you. That's a ball you just got to keep in front. You got to take a better angle. And I know she won't make that same mistake twice, but you got to be able to block that ball.
AJ Murphy now coming to the plate. Takes a strike from Rowe.
This lineup is just so tough. I think any of these girls could bat 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's probably a fun lineup for Brian to write up every day.
That pitch is high. Hilt's going to take 3rd.
I love that Team George's they never stop. They're never satisfied, and they're not jerks about it. They're not dirty. They're a very clean, great culture team. They love hitting and they love scoring runs, and they have fun. Like they have fun scoring runs.
Murphy up the middle. Hilt's going to score. That's going to roll to the fence, and Murphy has wheels. She's looking 3. She's going to try it. Tests the arm of Van Dorn, and she gets in. There's that aggressive base running we were talking about.
And I like that. High risk, high reward. AJ made them make a good relay, and unfortunately they didn't. A routine relay there, they have her by 3 feet. She doesn't even slide. A good throw, she doesn't even slide. But you know what? Kudos to her. She pushed it. She caused havoc, put pressure on the defense, and they didn't make the relay.
Lauren Loddick now at the plate with a runner on 3rd.
And Lauren is an uncommitted 2021. Caitlin's little sister.
Fouls that one straight back.
They probably have a batting cage in their house, indoor, outdoor, something. Gosh.
Oh, hits
I love
at
it.
Casa de Georgeous.
Casa de Georgeous.
And they're making a defensive substitution right now. Back to the action. Rowe facing Loddick.
There's that changeup.
Foul ball gets down.
I like seeing that changeup from Rowe. I like that she threw it with a runner on 3rd, but you could see Lauren was off balance. That's what that does. Now she can come back in with heat, and she'll be really off balance. I'd like to see the fastball inside, so it's harder to turn on, versus a fastball or a curveball outside. But we'll see what's called here for Rowe. I think Coach Gill's calling him from the dugout. So we'll see what how the sequence goes here after that changeup that was off balance.
11-4, Team Georgeous leads. That
For
pitch is
Rise Ball.
high. Murphy's going to try to come in and home, makes it easily.
Look like a rise ball. I haven't seen her throw too much of a rise ball, so not sure if she was comfortable with that pitch. But wild pitch there, scored AJ easily.
And this is what you love to see from AJ. She scores, she starts headed to the dugout, stops, comes back to Lauren Loddick and gives her a pointer or something she might have picked up against going head-to-head against Rowe.
Exactly. And that's how I think Team George's just operates. That's their MO. That's their normal culture.
Loddick fouls that one back.
And it's so contagious. They share the different, idiosyncrasies with each other because they want to win. So, man, they're just on a different level.
12-4, Team Georgeous leads. Loddick continuing to battle against Rowe. And a nice pitch there by Rowe to get the first out. Loddick swings through that one.
That's a good job by Rowe, being able to come back with composure and get that strikeout after giving up the hits, giving up the triple, and then giving up a wild pitch. It's good to see what you can do after a wild pitch because that can really kind of get to you mentally. So proud of Rowe for coming back and getting the K.
Megan Hedlund coming in, takes ball one. Yeah, heading into this inning, Team Georgeous led 6-4. The first 6 batters have scored.
Yeah, I knew that 5-2 score wasn't sticking.
Yeah. But Loddick with the strikeout now and Hedlund to the plate. As Hedlund drives that one to the opposite field, up and over. Another solo shot here for Megan Hedlund.
I'm not sure what Brian's feeding his team, what he's telling his team, what...
Georgeous over the Little Saints, and just a impressive offensive performance yet again for Team Georgeous, as they rattled off 7 runs in the 5th inning, and impressive pitching by Alana Rogers and Sabrina Gonzalez. Again, we headed into the 5th inning with a 6-4 lead for Team Georgeous. They rattled off 7 runs. And it's been just an incredible weekend for Team Georgeous, especially this offense, as they have continued just to put up huge numbers. And there's just really no hole in this lineup. And really not many just contact hitters in this lineup. Plenty of these girls, as we've seen all weekend, have the power to go deep, and they've done that early and often.
It was impressive. And can you imagine if we were on a short field? Like, that's ridiculous.
It would have been an additional probably 3 home runs.
And that's just crazy. And that last pitch we didn't really get to talk about, that was a low pitch. I thought Rowe threw a good pitch. But who was the hitter? Remind me.
Megan Hedlund.
Megan. I mean, she went down, and she drove it to right center with that kind of power. Just think when she gets her pitch. That wasn't even her pitch. Just think, this is crazy. It's like not even fair. I'm not even sure if it's fair.
It's been just an incredible showing here from specifically the offense, but really all around for Team Georgeous. A lot of these teams have competed very well. And again, it's not like these pitchers have been slouches at all. It's been an impressive offensive showing by all of these teams throughout the weekend.
Yeah, I haven't seen, a pitcher that really shouldn't be out there. The hitters their games are just so much more impressive. I mean, the pitchers are doing well, but these hitters are they're different. They're special. And so just super impressed with them. Really happy to see the offense. And then to see the adjustments as well. I've really enjoyed watching the adjustments. That's one thing as college coaches we look for. And I saw it in at-bats. I saw it out of pitchers. I've seen it, in defenders. So that's one thing that I'm going to take away from today, is just the adjustments.
And we are through game 11 of 12, broadcast 11 of 12. Coming up next, we have the Hotshots Team Chestnut against Hotshots Team Day. We watched Team Day against Del Sante just one game ago, and they battled it out, tied at 3-3, still to coach's dismay that it was left as a tie ball game.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that again. That's fine. So, again, it just goes back to us college coaches. And I would hope the players and the parents and the coaches would hate tying, because we don't play this game. We don't play this game to get recruited. And if you're only playing this game to get recruited, please do not email me. We play this game because we love it. We play this game because we're competitors. We play this game because we're passionate about this. We play this game because we've been gifted to play this game. We play this game because we're blessed to have parents that can afford to support this game, right? That's why we play. So to end a game in a tie goes against all of that. I hate seeing the girls come back or get a lead. I hate them not being able to do that. So I'm going to get off my soapbox because you got me fired up. I've already talked to Brian, and one thing I suggested was if we end in a tie and the tie limit's out, can we at least do second and third? They both get a half an inning, and that's it. If that ends in a tie, it ends in a tie. But I want to see a kid at the plate compete. I want to see a pitcher compete. I want to see if they squeeze. I want to see a sac fly. So I'm hoping to get that implemented. College coaches, if you agree, maybe let Brian know. But if we ever end in a tie again, I'm gonna scream. So I'm off my soapbox.
This one was not a tie. 13-4, Team Georgeous against Team the Little Saints. We are going to take a quick break. We're going to have a couple player of the game interviews. That's coming up in just a second. Another impressive showing by Team Georgeous. They win this one 13-4 over the Little Saints. We have a couple members of Team Georgeous, Kathleen Georgeous and Lauren Loddick here in the press box. And guys, it's been an impressive weekend for you guys all around, but especially offensively. Just what do you think has been able to click for you guys throughout the weekend to put up so many runs?
I think our team was just really anxious to get back, and I don't know, last weekend we didn't have the best weekend, but this weekend it was just one of the best weekends I think we've had. So they were just really excited. We were all excited.
Lauren?
Yeah, I agree. I think that we were all trying to go early in the count, seeing a lot of first pitch strikes and getting a hold of them. And we did have a lot of home runs this weekend, being really aggressive.
And just last week was the first time really coming together and playing a competitive style game. And now you have this weekend. Just what's the past couple of weeks been like just to get back?
We really only had 1 week of practice, and then we went into our first kind of scrimmage thing, and it's been short practices, and then we had our scrimmage, and then just got back on the field for the first time practicing, and then got to had this tournament. So.
And Kathleen, you had a couple pop-ups in your first at bat, but then adjusted nicely.
Yeah.
Had a ball in the hole, able to continue the rally. Just what adjustments were you making there?
Yesterday I didn't, I went 0 for the whole day, and then today I was thinking more being more aggressive early in the count, and I don't know, I was popping up a lot, so I focused on keeping my shoulder down.
And Lauren, just overall, how's the navigating? This is a team that has plenty of attention from colleges and recruiters. Just what's it been like navigating your recruitment as a 2021 player?
It's really helpful to have a lot of girls that are really competitive and work really hard. It like pushes me during practice and games to do the best that I can, and it's good to have girls like pushing you to like secure a spot on the field. So I think it's really nice to have like a competitive group of girls that will always push me to do my best.
And Kathleen, what's the experience been like for you two?
I agree, like the same exact way. It's like the most competitive team I've ever been on, and all of our players just work really hard, and it pushes me to do better and work hard.
All right, guys, it's been an impressive weekend getting to watch you guys both in every aspect of the game so far. Appreciate you guys coming up here after a long weekend of softball, and safe travels back to the Valley.
Thank you.
All right, that is Kathleen Georgeous and Lauren Loddick. A impressive showing here by Team Georgeous this weekend. We're going to hear from a couple of Little Saints as well. That's coming up here in just a sec. You can just throw those on. We'll be back here in a sec. All right, we have a couple players from the Lil Saints now, Megan Urakawa and Sawyer Snodgrass. Guys, thanks for joining us. Just overall, a lot of softball. How's the overall weekend been for you guys?
It's been pretty fun. You know, it was a little bit scary, like just coming back, because we only really had one scrimmage to get onto the field before we came to play at the tournament. So we just kind of figuring out where everybody went, like what everybody was doing, how we were all going to mesh. So, I mean, it ended up being okay, like better than expected. But.
And Megan, what was the toughest part about having some time off, but then getting back not only in a scrimmage format, but then a highly competitive weekend where you're playing a lot of softball?
I think the hardest part was getting used to each other again, knowing where everyone's playing, knowing what everyone can do, just meshing back together as a team again.
And overall, just how would you guys describe the way that the weekend has gone, and what you were hoping to accomplish and did accomplish this weekend?
I think we started out, just kind of trying to figure out where everybody fit in, trying to figure out how to communicate better. I think towards the end of the weekend, like today, we started kind of getting there, like lost it a little bit at the end, but we got better at it. So, yeah.
Okay. Megan, where do you think you improved this weekend?
I think personally for me improving, I've gotten a lot more confident playing out with these girls that are obviously upper level and being able to fit in and play right with them.
And both of you guys have impressive GPAs as well. You guys are truly student athletes. How have you guys been able to balance competitive softball on a couple of really good high school and club programs, but also get it done in the classroom?
My parents have always just told me school first. So, like, get your homework done before you go to practice. Sometimes that doesn't happen, and I have to do it after, but just try to, like, get a schedule going so it's, like, I have, like, okay, get home, do my homework, and then go to practice.
Megan, what about you?
Same here. I have a pretty strict routine I follow of school, softball, and then personal time to work on myself in both softball and school afterward.
Well, whatever you guys are doing, it's working. Thanks so much for coming up, and congratulations on a very successful weekend here on the Softball Diamond.
Thank you.
And it looks like we have our 50-50 raffle. Why don't you guys go ahead and pick the winner for us? Whole bunch of tickets here. I'll go ahead and take that. And if you had ticket 865681, that is the 50-50 winner. Once again, 865681. So $330 will be headed your way. We will track that down through Brian Georgeous, who has done an integral part of putting all of this together. Once again, guys, thanks so much, and safe travels down to the Valley.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we are going to get ready here for the final game of this weekend. AZ Hotshots Chestnut against AZ Hotshots Day. That's coming up in just a second.